What is going on, guys? As you can see, our Need for Speed project is back. It has a couple of dents from the hail. We had a hailstorm a few months ago. Dent or two on the hood. I think maybe like a total of 4 or 5 dents on this car, but it is what it is. It is back from the paint shop. It's looking really good. I know this camera's not gonna do any justice, but just in general, if you guys can see, it has a little bit of dust on it. We had an ice storm for the past 3-4 days, so couldn't do much, but today we are installing the graphics. I think it's on the driver. It's on one of the side of the doors. I don't remember which door it goes to, but I know it goes to one door. But we're gonna do the graphics on the door. The back bumper, the hood, and the front bumper are gonna be at the paint shop still. They're still working on that one. They just wanted to get the car here so we can progress on with the build. I know it's been about 2 years. It shouldn't have taken this long, but I'm sorry. But nevertheless, we have the lowering springs we're gonna put on this car as well, so we're gonna drop it down because that is atrocious. So we're gonna clean up the car real quick. I'm gonna wipe it down. It's like, not a degreaser, but I'm just basically gonna remove the polish. Per se, I want the adhesive to stick to the paint really well. It's been about a month since this car has been painted, but for the most part, that's where we're at. All right, so what we're gonna do is, graphic is up here. I've already looked at where it needs to be. I wish I had some magnets, but I don't. So basically, all right, so it looks like we're gonna do something like that, I think. I kind of want to make it flush against this bottom half here. I mean, we're gonna have to do some trimming, of course, obviously, but for the most part, it's gonna look similar to that. Maybe come down a little bit more, and then we'll do some trimming and stuff afterwards. The white that you've seen is gonna be gone. It's gonna be missing. It's not gonna be there. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to cut it on the car to get a more precision cut because I don't want all those little Morse code dots in the back. I don't wanna cut that off the car because we have to line that up back once we put it back on the car. So I don't wanna deal with that. So we're gonna put it all on the car, one big graphic, and then we will cut the door seams and we will cut what we need to cut with a blade, a straight blade, and then we'll go from there. The wording, like the Brembo and all that stuff, I need to get those. I don't have those yet, but I need to get those still. But for the most part, this is what it's gonna look like. It is a little bit bland compared to the paint of the car. The paint of the car is really, really sparkly, but nevertheless, the color contrast looks great. So we're gonna lay this on and put you back on the tripod here, and then I'll get this laid over. Messed up, I don't have a squeegee. So tomorrow, here, let's fast forward to tomorrow. All right, so today we are going to be installing the graphics to the Need for Speed Underground. However, we're gonna install some of them, not all of them, because I don't have the hood, I don't have the bumper, and I don't have the bumper in the back. So I'm gonna put you guys on a tripod right here, and we're gonna get to that spot, or we're gonna get you positioned to where you can actually see the graphics. So give me 1 second. All right. Oh, I already bent it. Somebody has my heat gun, and I don't know where my heat gun is at, but that's on there now. I don't know how to lay vinyl at all. I do know you need a heat gun, and I don't have one, but nevertheless, take it from the back side. I don't really know what I'm doing, guys, but we're doing something. All right, so I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna figure this out. I'll be back. I mean, we still got that corner to do, but for the most part, it is on there. And it looks way better without the white graphics. So, or without the white backdrops. I'm gonna come back and do some trimming, all the fine details like that, just to make it look more like it's part of the car, or not part, yeah, part of the car. It looks really good. For those of you who wanna know who the graphic guy who made the graphic, he's out of India, actually. I had to go to Fiverr and ask some guy to do this graphic for me. And this is the first revision he did. And it's spot on. I wish the teal was a little bit more teal, but for the most part, I know it looks like a little bit aqua on your screen, but in person, it is a teal. But for the most part, there it is. Need for Speed Underground. We're gonna have this graphics laid on the car, both doors by the end of the week. And we are going to have the trunk put on. I have to figure the trunk out because the trunk in itself is complicated. So this is supposed to be the trunk piece, but this is way too big for the trunk. Then this is the actual back bumper piece, which fits the trunk really well. But I only have 3 of these and 3 of these because for whatever reason, I was supposed to have 2, but for whatever reason, I have an extra sheet, which this is the extra sheet that I'm using here. So not sure what to do with the trunk piece yet. I may just skip it and just do the roof instead of the trunk. I don't know. But that is a really big piece for the trunk and I don't want to use it. I want to use that one, but that one kind of wraps around the back bumper. I'll show you what I mean in another video, but for the most part, there she is. I have to drop this side. Actually on this side here, you can see I lowered it. It is on lowering springs already. As you can see, she dropped down, but for the most part, the next thing is going to be the interior. We're going to start working the interior out to get that cleaned up and fixed up. Door jambs we are going to do next pretty soon. Trunk is prepped up already, but as you can see from the trunk, look at the flakes. And the holes you see are for the weed. The holes you see are for the wing that's sitting right over there. We're going to get that powder coated black to go up on here, but we got to put the graphics before we put the wing, so that we can put the holes. These are gonna be the holes that we're gonna be using, but you can see the graphics in it. So, I mean, the flakes is just crazy amount of flakes. So there she is. I know you guys, I told you guys at the end of the year of 2022, I was gonna come out with more content. Well, I am now. Here we go. Let's get this stuff on the road. I gotta fix an oil leak that this thing is leaking. From the oil leak, change the oil and drive this thing to every car show I can think of. And we're gonna start that in March. It ain't gonna win trophies because it's not showroom quality, but you know what? It is going to catch attention and that's what I wanted. So it ain't wide bodied, but it's there. All right, oh my goodness. 1 hour and 47 minutes later. This side is now, oh my goodness, I'm falling over everything. An hour and 47 minutes later, this side is almost done. It's all laid out to the corners. I gotta trim the, so obviously for whatever reason, this print was a wee bit smaller than the left side. So there is a little bit of gap on the very bottom and that seam down there, which is fine because for whatever reason, when we had this body kit with the other purple that we had, it always rubbed over there. And it always would rub off the paint on the, actually, you know what, I'll just show you. It always seems to rub right there, right here in this spot. And I never knew why, but then I realized that it's just the way the body kit is. But as you can see, everything is lined up. I started trimming out the white on the back side of it. I have all that back there to do, and I have this little bit right here to do. And then this side is done, and we will head over to the trunk. But it lined up a little bit better on this side than the other side for some reason. I did the same exact method, it just lined up a little bit better. Except for the bottom side, it's a little bit too shrunk, like it's too, like that. So the bottom trim is gonna be exposed, so I gotta take that white out. But again, with it rubbing on with the door rubbing on the body kit, that's perfectly fine with me because I don't want the vinyl to get rubbed off and then all of a sudden the whole thing starts peeling apart. So it worked out on this side for some weird reason. So now I'm gonna finish the white out so that way you guys can see what it's going to look like or where it's heading. I still have to get the bumper, the hood, the back bumper ready to go. So hopefully I can get that pretty soon because I can get this car on the street and get you guys a cinematic. And I also have to lower this side. I lowered that side, but I haven't lowered this side. Don't ask me why. So that's where we're at with this car. It is coming along great. We still have the wing. We gotta get it powder coated. I'm gonna actually message the powder coated today to see how long it would take to get it. The wing is sitting right there. Right there. See how long it takes him to get it. We already have the holes done and ready to go. So I'll catch you guys later. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you later.